Okay, this video is very different from anything that I've uploaded in terms of what I'm talking about. This horror game, when revealed, had a lot of people intrigued as to what this can be, as a super realistic like horror game with creepy and eerie feelings with slow-paced survival horror gameplay. But ever since this got announced, little info or gameplay has been revealed, or just none at all. All we have gotten is pre-rendered cutscenes or whatever those are that you see on the screen right now. The day before was a game that people were speculating if it was real. It was, only for 4 days that is, because the game sucked and everyone had a feeling it was going to be a scam. And then it was, and only a few days ago, Fantastic Studio decided to finally give people the refunds they deserve after apparently closing down and rebranding their entire development name. By the way, I don't know if those fully went through, those refunds I am speaking of. So we've had our fair share of scam video games in 2023. With 2024 approaching, Ill, in my opinion, will be the next game to take this title away from the day before. Welcome to Ill, the narrative-driven first-person survival horror game that transports you to a sinister settlement with the goal of uncovering the unsettling truth behind its descent into bloodthirsty madness. Brace yourself for an intense body horror with an advanced dismemberment system, dynamic enemy behavior, complex weapon mechanics, an immersive interactive world, and strategic survival and crafting, all contributing to an unforgettable visceral journey into despair. Adaptation is your key to survival against the ghoulish monstrous creatures. Employ diverse strategies, scavenge for vital supplies, craft essential tools, and enhance your weaponry. Leave behind the daily grind and embark on a dark trip through an enthralling storyline and the heart-pounding horror of a once peaceful town. Will you survive the nightmare and reveal the chilling secrets hidden by the creaking of the streets and the rushing of water? This game is being powered by the Unreal Engine 5 and developed by Team Clout. I've tried doing quite a bit of research to find the origins and if Team Clout developed any other games, and there just hasn't been anything as of yet, so I'm ultimately assuming that this is Team Clout's first legitimate game that they're going to be trying to release. A Reddit post from nearly 2 years ago ended up explaining this about showcasing the ill gameplay or the pre-rendered cutscenes or whatnot. Man, I've been following this game since it first was announced, if you can call it that, years ago. The lead artist/director, Oleg Vidovenko, is incredibly talented and makes some very imaginative, gruesome art. He clearly has such a strong grasp of what makes certain things repulsive and mysterious. That being said, every piece of footage feels like it's being way too ambitious for such a small studio. From the quote-unquote gameplay trailers a few years ago that just looked like a pre-rendered scene with some FPS elements, to the ridiculously smooth animation transitions. It all just seems like it's too good to be true. I've had a huge dose of skepticism through the entire development cycle, and I highly doubt the game itself will be anything close to what is depicted in the trailers. But if they can successfully pull it off, it could be one of the most impressive horror games of all time. I've been looking back at the gameplay or pre-rendered videos of this game, and so many people are calling this the Day Before 2.0, basically being a scam video game like I mentioned before. Team Clout also is moving kind of mysteriously about this game. I looked onto their Twitter account and they haven't posted anything involving this game for over a year. Granted, I understand that since you want to work as hard as you can to deliver an experience like those pre-rendered scenes, but also using a Patreon as well, which they are using so for exclusive posts and early access to what they release publicly. Now again, they have not posted anything public in over a year in terms of their Twitter account. There are currently around 500 members a part of their Patreon, and they have paywalls where the stuff I mentioned before, like early access and stuff, is featured for ill and your name showing up in the end credits. October 23rd, which was 2 months ago, was the last time they posted on that Patreon. So it does look like they are trying to get this game going, but I don't think anyone wants pre-rendered scenes anymore, and they want legit gameplay, which honestly for me personally will look a lot different from what we've seen as of right now. If you guys are Resident Evil fans, which I wouldn't be surprised because that's what this channel is all about, Nick Apostolides, the voice actor for Leon Kennedy in the Resident Evil remakes, is the voice actor for the main character in this game, which could back up the proof for this being a legit game, but again, there just hasn't been anything going on.
You there, Mike? I made my way in. Found some sort of administrative room. It's a total mess here.
Shit. They were really rushing out of there, weren't they? Alright, head to the dome. It might be your only way down.
From what I've seen so far with the concept trailers, it has a ton of potential, but it's hard for me to get on this hype train for this game if this is all we have. No legit release date, no legit gameplay, which is all adding up to be a fake game. Team Clout is a very small studio that, again, I'm pretty sure this is their first game. I can't give advice because I know nothing about video game development, but everything just feels off about this. It feels like if it is legit, it could be an experience that could legit scare the hell out of me for how realistic it looks, but that's all we can build on as of now. I have no idea if there will be anything for this in 2024, or if this game will either be canned or announced fake, but we'll see what happens. And by the way, I know this is kind of an impossible task to ask for, but out of those 500 Patreon members, if one of you guys are watching this video, can you just let us know about what the situation is with this game and what is Team Clout necessarily posting on there, and are they, up to schedule with development? I would really appreciate that if you just ended up letting us know. But let me know what you guys think about this. Do you believe this game is the day before 2.0 in terms of being a scam? Or do you have some form of hope that this game is legit and will one day release, whether if it's next year or the next 8 years? Be sure to leave a like on this video as it helps you reach the YouTube algorithm, and subscribe to the channel for more horror game news or whatever the case may be, mostly Resident Evil. As always, I will catch you guys in my next video. Peace out and much love.